Siemanko. Hey, hi, hello. How are you guys doing? This is International Poznan. We're behind the scenes with Kristóf and Teodóra. So you guys, I can show them.
Hey.
Hi.
Hi.
Siemanko.
Hi.
Siemanko.
Siemanko. Do you know Siemanko?
Oh, no, I don't.
So Siema?
Shema? Oh,
Siema
yes.
is like the original version, and Siemanko is the even cooler version, okay?
Mm.
So when we actually start the show, you guys just tell me Siemanko. And you guys, I mean the people who are watching, you can comment and ask about Budapest. About James Blunt singing about Budapest. Or was it George Ezra? Yeah, George Ezra song. Or you can just ask me about the whole country of Hungary. Or about their crazy language and Egeszegedre. So we're starting now. Hey, hi, hello. This is International Poznan. My name is Maciek Kautz, but there are some more people in the studio, and that makes me so glad. Kristóf Tóth and Teodóra Gál. Egeszegedre. I know it doesn't make too much sense, because this just means you should enjoy your drink, right?
Right.
But that is what they...
Not quite yet. You say egészségedre at the end of a meal,
Mhm.
and also at the end of PE lesson.
At the end of
PE, physical education.
physical education.
Or when someone sneezes.
Yeah.
Okay,
So
so you can...
it
okay,
literally means for your health.
Yeah, exactly. And the same thing we have in Polish, because in English, I feel like you have bless you when somebody sneezes, and you say bless you, na zdrowie. But also when you want to say cheers, so they have two words, and in Polish we always say na zdrowie. So this connects us to each other. We have like the same kind of experience, language experience. So this is all great. I just wanted to tell you about szal and szapka, because these are also words that we have from Hungary. And there's gulyás, right?
Right.
Which is a Hungarian product, if I'm not mistaken.
Yes, it is a Hungarian soup, but what you call goulash
Yeah.
is actually called pörkölt in Hungarian.
Perkolt.
Yes.
Pörkölt. Yeah, it's
Okay,
quite
so the
different.
Polish goulash is perkolt in Hungary,
Pörkölt in Hungary.
but the real goulash is the real goulash.
Yeah, it's
And
a soup,
Polish
and it's a
goulash
soup.
is just not...
It's a soup.
Yeah,
Goulash is a soup.
because you
Goulash,
guys
goulash.
have paprika,
Paprika. Yeah.
which we don't really use at goulash, so
Yeah.
I'm sorry. I really need to speak to my grandma, because she's really good at goulash, but she hasn't really been using that. I just wanted to say hi to everyone who is with us on International Poznan. Always waiting for your questions, and always happy to have more guests. How do you feel about being on the radio, first of all?
So far, so good.
And
It's been
Teodóra is just a bit nervous.
Yes, but because it's my first time on the radio, but I'm enjoying it so far.
So far, so good, right?
Yeah.
Okay, what I also need to make sure of is that your microphones are close enough. So I'll just
one?
do it now, okay?
Okay, let's adjust it.
Teraz możecie zobaczyć kulisy radia, a szczerze mówiąc obawiam się, cześć, że mamy troszeczkę ten mikrofon zbyt daleko i jak gdyby nie chciałbym stracić tak wspaniałych głosów. I wouldn't like to lose like the most beautiful voices of Hungary. And that is why the microphone is closer to you guys. It's at your disposal. Beatko, czy wszystko mamy pod kontrolą? No powiedz, że tak.
Hopefully.
Hopefully. Okay.
Under control.
So what we just talked about is our grandma's, or my grandma, cooking her goulash. But I also wanted to ask you about the experience of being in Poland. I feel like it is still relatively new to you. So this question would be to Kristóf. You've been here for a year, right?
Almost a year now, yeah.
Is it
11 months.
Is it still acceptable?
It's not that different than being home. There are a couple of differences between Hungarian and Polish people, but all in all, concerning the mentality of people and well, you know, I think we are Polish people and Hungarian people are quite either pessimistic or realistic.
Yeah.
and I like that in a nation.
You
For-
really do like that?
I do like it. For example, if when I was traveling and I met all these Westerners,
All
they
these
were
Americans always happy
yeah.
about everything.
They were always happy, and I couldn't really identify with that. I'm not like that personally. There's nothing wrong with that. I'm not saying there is. It's just I feel more comfortable with like-minded people, and
Yeah.
Polish people are like that.
Najlepiej czuję się z ludźmi, którzy myślą podobnie jak ja. I like being with the like-minded people. A wy słuchacie MC Radia i się z tego bardzo cieszę. I just wanted to ask you if it's been hard or not to share the posts with your friends. I really hope that your friends will be with us.
Hopefully.
Hopefully. Okay, and that is really nice. So we just said that there is this similarity in our mindsets. Jesteśmy dość podobnie nastawieni. So if we think of the pessimistic nature, it actually is almost the same, you say.
Yeah.
And do you say that this is really a good thing?
It's pessimistic. It's always good to see things just as they are. Don't try to make it any more than it is. At least for me, that's important to have some sense of reality in our everyday lives, and shoot for the stars, but be sure to shoot for the right stars. That is the idea behind it.
Okay, I understand.
And of course, some Polish people are really not like that. I've met some Polish people who are
Very
really,
optimistic.
Yeah, very optimistic, and as I said, nothing wrong with that. It's just I really like people who can set realistic goals, and then they can achieve it.
I understand.
That's I think that's great, and that's what I really like about Polish people, that they are I can identify with them, and that's yeah.
I understand. Kristóf, if I can just have one request, could you please sit a bit closer to the microphone?
Oh,
and like
closer.
sometimes
Yeah,
just
okay.
just try to be in touch with it. Beata, ty w razie czego też się może oczywiście przesuwać, więc dzięki temu będziesz mogła zawsze widzieć naszych gości. Dzisiaj Beata Sylwestrzak jest naszą operatorką, także mega pozdrowienia dla niej, ale wracamy do naszych tematów. Teodóra, do you also feel like the Poles and the Hungarians are rather similar?
Yes, definitely. Because I have a lot of Polish friends, because I've been to Poland before, 4 years ago, and I love talking to them because we are really like-minded, and I think our drinking habits are quite similar as well.
So that helps in really getting closer, or how do you say that? Integrating.
Yes, definitely.
Very good for socializing.
But
Yes.
there's this saying like Polak, Węgier, bratanki.
Ido
Yeah,
szabli,
that
ido
we
szklanki.
really have this special brotherhood.
Yeah.
Polak, Węgier, dwa bratanki i do tańca, i do szklanki.
Ido szabli, ido szklanki.
I do szabli, i do szklanki. Okay, so there's no dancing part. Okay, but anyway, to those that don't speak English, that don't speak Polish, then it means that we're in a brotherhood with the Hungarians, and that we can both fight together against somebody else, but we can also drink together.
Yes.
That makes perfect sense to me. I would like to ask about some Hungarian music. Do you feel like you could already tell me what kind of songs are worth listening to? Because we could play them.
Sure.
Okay,
I've
Kristóf?
sent a couple of songs to Beata before.
Good.
I was really involved with the 2000. Well, it was from 2010, but I joined around 2012 to 2013. This underground punk music scene in Hungary.
So what
You know-
we're about to hear is not something very popular.
It's not popular, but it's one of the best.
It's one of the best. Okay.
Yes, in my opinion at least, because in 2010 technology evolved in a way that everybody could record at their own bedrooms anything they want, wanted to, and they could put up on Bandcamp, and overnight they could become an internet sensation.
And that happened in Hungary as well?
That happened in Hungary. Yeah.
Okay, that is good to hear. And we're taking a break. Słuchacie MC Radia, a ja chciałem powiedzieć jeszcze w ramach tego odcinka International Poznań, że to jest muzyka z krajów, z których pochodzą goście. Dzisiaj jesteśmy na Węgrzech i to jest świetna sprawa, a za chwilę usłyszymy tę muzykę jak gdyby trochę z podziemia, ale już coraz bardziej popularną na Węgrzech, a więc to są fajne rzeczy. Can I just ask you, Kristóf, for the name of the song so that I could recommend it to the people listening as well?
Sure.
If you just tell me the name of it.
Look for summer. Oh, okay.
You can
This
just
is-
take the
This
laptop.
is easier.
Okay.
A więc teraz trwa proces wyszukiwania muzy i zaraz będziemy mogli to podać.
That's the first
Thank
one.
you so very much.
It doesn't have that many views, but it
So-
was featured in a film,
So it's called Spooks of Love?
Spooks of Love.
Okay. Thank you so very much for your recommendation because we feel like this will really be what the Hungarians listen to. And I just am sharing this with the people who are watching us as well, okay?
Sure.
So, we're hearing from a Hungarian band, and Spooks of Love is the name of the song. What do they sing about? Tell me.
It's about love, of course.
Right.
It's going to be in English, so actually, if you speak English, you can get it. But I always thought that this particular song, is about the futility of love, and you try to love someone, but you can't really do that for some reason. It's a standard pop theme, I guess, but I really like its
So it's
sound.
about being...
It sounds like something from the 60s or 70s.
So is it like a bit of a disappointment with love, so that somebody is not happy?
It's definitely not a happy song,
Okay.
but it has an uplifting momentum to it.
An uplifting momentum.
Yeah,
Czyli coś, co jak gdyby daje nadzieję. It brings hope.
Yeah.
It makes you cheerful in a way. It brings you energy.
It's-
Uplifting, czyli takie podnoszące na duchu.
sometimes it's just nice to shout out that it sucks to love, but also that's why it's great. You know what I mean?
Okay. I feel like there is a lot of experiences that we could talk about in this regard. A więc fajnie jest się zakochać, ale w zasadzie to jest też beznadziejne uczucie. Tutaj jest takie ostrzeżenie w tym, prawda, że może nie wypalić, because sometimes it just doesn't work out. Is that what you mean?
Sometimes it just doesn't, and it sucks, but that's life.
Do you remember like the longest time that it would suck? Like the longest being sad about breaking up or somebody breaking up with you?
Oh yeah. A couple of times it happened,
Uh-huh.
actually. But right now I'm at a very good place. I have a girlfriend now. She's living in Berlin.
Oh, she lives in Berlin.
Yeah.
So you guys can meet there or here? It's so close.
Both. Well, we are traveling both ways. She just spent here a week now. She went back this Tuesday.
So you're happy.
So right
And
now,
love.
right now this song is not about me.
Yeah, and this song is not so important anymore. Okay, so we will also have a chance to hear Teodóra's song, and that is something that is coming up. I just wanted to let you know, chcę wam dać znać, że to jest MC Radio, to jest International Poznań. Kristóf Tóth jest z nami, ale też Teodóra Gál. And if you happen to know them, why don't you just ask them a question? Pytania są tutaj najważniejsze i najfajniejsze. Teodóra, you were born in 1995,
Yes.
which to me is absolutely incredible. I feel so old right now. But it is great to hear that there are people this young. And I would like to ask you about being in San Francisco, because I know that you visited California recently, and like we are all excited to hear about the US. So if you could just tell me about San Francisco and seeing it.
Yeah, well, actually, I visited the United States because my boyfriend is half American, half Hungarian,
Okay, does he have the citizenship?
Yes, yes,
Okay.
he does. He does. He's a lucky guy.
He's super lucky. Like, I mean, if you have the American citizenship, it will help you in your life for sure.
Yes, yes, it
Could
helps
you
him.
just come a bit closer to the microphone?
Yeah, sure. So we visited the United States in 2014,
Uh-huh.
and it was an incredible experience. It it took me like a week to get used to the people because they were so nice that actually I've never experienced this in Europe.
You know, maybe it has to do with what Kristóf just said.
Yes,
That
yes.
we're a bit more pessimistic here in Poland, there in Hungary, and because of that, our natures are different, and there may be something good about the American nature, which you appreciate. Jest coś, co doceniasz w Amerykanach.
Yes, yes, exactly. And actually, all people are asking you, "Hi, how are you?" And sometimes I even felt rude because I wasn't used to that positive way of thinking, and they are so open-minded and
And you probably didn't
friendly.
know how to reply to them.
Yes, yes. I'm like, okay, what should I say? I'm good, or how are you? But it was like a whole another world, in my opinion.
Kristóf, have you ever met an American person?
Sure.
So how do you deal with an American person?
Well, just like with anybody else. I mean,
You're not like, hey, hi, cool, and how are you? I'm perfect.
Well,
How are you?
of
doing?
course, when you're dealing with people like that, some of their positive attitude is going to get stuck on you. And I like to talk with Americans, and really, I didn't mean that as a demeaning thing that they are always happy. It's just different. But sometimes when people act overly excited, it for me at least it implies some kind of insincerity, that they are not, they always smiling, but you can see at their eyes that they are not happy.
What do you think, Teodóra? Because I feel like maybe there's something to it. What do you think?
Yes, I totally agree with you because actually when I was telling about my feelings to my boyfriend Mike, he said the same thing, that yeah, those people are not always honest, and I could also feel that. It was just a really different experience. I also like it when people are sincere, just like Kristóf. So that's why I love Polish people.
Yeah. So I guess like always in life, there's pros and cons. Są zalety i wady. There's advantages and disadvantages of everything, right?
Right.
So that's how life is, after all. I would like to ask you about the different moments of your lives, and I feel like Belgium was also on the list. So we talk about traveling, and you guys should know that Kristóf would spend some time in Liège studying there. Currently, he is living here in Poznan because of his job, which is actually at IKEA, which is a great company. But I would like to let you guys know that we shall take a short break with Enrique Iglesias, though. So I really appreciate the Spanish gentleman. He's going to sing about the radio stations and listening to the radio. Subeme la radio, to znaczy zgłośnijcie odbiornik, and you should really make sure that you hear International Poznań really well. Teraz sobie wyobrażamy, że właśnie usłyszeliśmy tę muzykę. So this is in the radio version of this show, not in the Facebook version. Hello, everybody. Yeah, that's the craziness of radio, or somebody could tell that, this is not super 100% what people were expecting. Beata, just one thing that I need to let everyone know about is that I am waiting for your questions, guys. So this is like the really cool moment to ask your question. Enrique Iglesias, to jest MC Radio. Dziękuję serdecznie, że słuchacie. To jest International Poznań. To już końcówka edycji wiosennej, a więc oznacza to, że coraz bliżsi wakacji. Hello, this is International Poznan. Kristóf was born in Szolnok, which is
Szolnok.
Szolnok. Okay.
You're supposed to
Switch.
switch. So S is sh and sh is s. Yeah.
I understand. And that is the name of the city, Szolnok.
Szolnok.
Szolnok. So if you have sh, then you don't read it if it's written, but if you don't have it, then you read it. I understand Hungarian. Everyone. You were born in Szolnok, which is 70,000 people, and at one moment you decided, I'm going to Belgium. How is that possible?
Well, it was Erasmus, so I had a lot of options to go all around Europe, and I chose Belgium because it fitted my curriculum the best, and also I wanted to learn French.
Did you learn French?
Nope. Unfortunately, I
Très
did.
mal.
Très mal. Yeah, but I had a great time there.
Okay.
So I don't regret my decision going there because I met some wonderful people and it was one of the best, if not the best, 5 months in my life.
Of course. Rozmawiamy tutaj przy okazji o studiowaniu za granicą. So you also considered studying abroad, I understand, Teodóra, because you are in fact studying here in Poznań and you are at Politechnika Poznańska.
Yes.
So are you staying here until the summer or would you like to stay here for much longer?
Well, I'm staying here until the end of June, but actually, as I see, Poznan is a really great place to live in, and if I could, maybe I would stay longer here in Poland.
What should happen? What can happen to actually let you stay here for longer? Is there any chance or will you probably come back to Hungary?
I will probably go back, but I could do my master's degree here because I'm only a third-year bachelor student. But I love studying at Politechnika Poznańska because the people are great. Actually, a lot of Polish people decide to study in English, which was very surprising to me. Because when I went to my first lecture, there were only Polish people standing in a group in front of the hall, and I didn't get that because I expected Erasmus people.
Right.
And then I said, "Cześć, czekajcie na wykład." and
Following. Hey, are you waiting for the lecture?
Oh yes, I said, "Oh, are you waiting for the lecture?" And they said, "Oh yes, we decided to study in English." And I really appreciate that.
That is really ambitious, I think. And
Yes.
and this it really is what many people say about the young Polish people or the elderly as well, I hope, że jesteśmy ambitni. Czyli nagle się okazuje, że na zajęciach na Erasmusie jest bardzo dużo Polaków, bo chcą się uczyć po angielsku. That is so incredible. Do you also have this impression? And then how would you compare it to Hungary, Kristóf? I mean, do you also imagine having Hungarians attend English classes in Hungary?
Well, I did, so yeah. Yeah, I can fully imagine them. I studied economics in it was actually called international business, and I studied in English economics.
Economics?
Yeah.
Okay. Do you think that it would make sense to study the whole thing in English?
I did study the whole thing.
The whole thing?
The whole thing, yeah.
Okay.
It makes sense because most of the jobs that you can get with that diploma is in multinational companies where the common language is mostly English. For example, right now, our common language in the company, although I work for the Hungarian IKEA stores, our common language in the company is English because
Okay.
my
feel
boss
like
is not speaking Hungarian.
Hungary is also becoming this big hub for international companies. Like we have a lot of administration resources in Poland working for foreign companies, for Germany, for Ireland, for the UK. So that really is how it works. do you know what many Hungarians think about Poland? Can you honestly tell me what your friends would tell you when you let them know that you're going to Poland? What is the idea of Poland, Teodóra?
I think not a lot of people like know how Poland is. Actually, I've been telling my friends about Poland like for 4 years because I always wanted to come here to spend the semester with Erasmus, but actually Hungarian people think that the Polish people drink a lot.
Okay, so that is a stereotype.
Oh yes, of course. Everyone thinks about the stereotypes first, but everyone knows this Polak, Węgier, bratanki, szabli, szklanki.
How does it sound in Hungarian?
Lengyel, magyar, két jó barát, együtt harcol, issza, borát.
That is a bit more complicated than I thought.
Yes. So the idea of Poland, I think it's very popular. A lot of my friends go to Krakow, for example, to spend some days there with their families, and Zakopane is also very popular for skiing, of course.
I understand.
Yes.
But the most usual thing is the stereotype, maybe, that they have when they think of Poland. Kristóf?
Yeah, but most of my friends.
The alcohol stereotype.
Yeah, but that's true for I think every Eastern European countries. We have that stereotype of Ukrainians, Czech, Slovakian, and even for Hungarians.
Okay.
So Eastern Europeans drink, and that's a fact. Actually, you can see the statistics that Eastern Europeans are drinking heavily.
I feel like we really need to take a break, and I will not tell you why. This is International Poznań. Słuchajcie, to jest program oczywiście o naturze międzynarodowej, to znaczy program, w którym słuchamy najlepszej muzyki z krajów pochodzenia naszych gości. Dzisiaj to jest kraj Węgry. We're in Hungary, which is an incredible place, but it was also a beautiful, beautiful country and a city. I was in Budapest 2 or 3 years ago, but just right now I would like us to hear some music. I feel it coming with Daft Punk. This is going to be sung by The Weeknd, and it actually makes me think of The Weeknd, which is approaching and which is super cool. This is International Poznań. Please stay tuned. Oh yeah. We are back. This is 102.7 FM MC Radio. This is the radio station you're listening to, internationalpoznań.pl, a więc .pl, a przed nią International Poznań. To jest nasz adres internetowy. So, could you please welcome the audience, the listeners of this show in Hungarian? Can you just say a few words?
Sziasztok, hallgatók!
Sziasztok, kedves nézők!
Nagyon jó, hogy néztek minket, azt hiszem.
Igen, ha valakinek van ideje.
Ha nincs jobb dolgot, nagyon köszönjük, hogy benéztél, és légy nézz tovább a műsort, mert itt fogunk válaszolni pár kérdésre.
Beata, I have a question. Did they just say something wrong about me?
I have no idea.
We have no idea, right? Okay. By the way, I really wanted to say thank you, Beata, for being our camera person. You're the best. And Beata is behind the scenes of International Poznań, and we love you guys, but we really need your questions. Coming back to Hungary, that was The Weeknd. Thank you so very much. Internationalpoznań.pl is the address to always visit. I am with the Hungarians of Poznań. I have one which is a student, who is a student, and that is Teodóra. There's also Kristóf, who is a worker in here, and you work at Szwajcarska Street, if I'm not mistaken.
Szwajcarska?
Szwajcarska, or that is...
Baraniaka.
Baraniaka?
Yeah.
Okay, so you really work close to Malta Lake.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
Because I don't work at the store. Actually.
Because you work for IKEA, by the way.
I work for IKEA, but I work for a shared service center, which is right now is situated next to Lake Malta, but at this very moment, at Franovo, our new office is being built.
So you might end up there.
I will end up there at the end of October.
Okay, so this is how fast it goes.
Yeah.
Wielu z was, drodzy poznaniacy, być może zauważyło, że obok Ikei powstała Ikea, a obok niej, zgadnijcie co powstaje? Ikea. Tak, i właśnie tam jest miejsce, w którym prawdopodobnie wkrótce będzie pracował Kristóf. It is great to have you here as a guest. I would like to ask you, by the way, if your decision to work with that company had anything to do with your love for furniture, which are like the very famous furniture.
Yes and no. I chose this location because, you know, at first I was hired in Prague, but then I
Also by IKEA.
no, not by IKEA, by Xerox.
Okay.
It's
Another international company.
yeah, and but I decided to come here because I was much more interested in HR than in call center services.
Okay.
It's understandable. I liked IKEA from the get-go because of how they approach their customers. I think they are very customer friendly, and also as an employer, I had this image of them that they have this northern attitude to treat their workers, and they do.
Okay, so that is also important that they really have very good working conditions.
They have good working conditions. Our office looks like a showroom for an IKEA store.
Okay, that is great.
So, you know, it's nice to work somewhere where it's well designed and it's comfortable and everything. And it comes with great benefits
Okay.
to work there. So,
We're
if you are...
Yeah, if I'm interested, of course. We're here at the studio of international people and international questions. In the studio we have Teodóra and we have Kristóf. And I would like to ask Kristóf about playing video games. I feel like there was a part of your life when you would really play a lot of them, if I'm not mistaken.
You are not mistaken.
Were you addicted? Czy byłeś wręcz uzależniony od gier?
Yes, we could say that. Yeah. I had 2 or 2.5, maybe even 3 years that I was heavily into World of Warcraft. But that was a long time ago. 10 years? Oh god.
Yeah.
It was 10 years ago.
And do you feel like that was a problem to a degree? Like that your parents talked to you, hey Kristóf, you really should change it?
Yeah, but they always talk to me like that.
Even if they were not right, but that time they probably were right.
They were probably right, yeah. I neglected my studies just to play.
Wow.
But
can you just come to the microphone a bit?
yeah. I neglected my studies just to play, but on the other hand, playing video games taught me a lot of things.
What
For example,
did it teach you?
language, first of all, because I played at an international environment. Second of all,
That was almost like studying. Hey mom, I'm studying English.
Yeah.
I'm playing.
yeah, but that's how it is. I learned most of and not most of, but the grammar I learned in school. But the words are coming from playing games, looking at, watching TV series. That's how I learned English at this level. And back to the games, it taught me how to work in teams, which is a thing that is being left out in the Hungarian education.
And so is it in the Polish education. I have to be honest that we are not really taught to cooperate, to study together, to work on a project. To też u nas taka kulawa dość sprawa w edukacji i systemie, a więc taka pięta achillesowa, że nie bardzo nas się uczy współpracy w grupach. Do you also feel that, Teodóra? That
Yes.
we're not really too good at working together?
Yes, I can definitely feel that because at my university, when we work in a laboratory, sometimes we have to write a report in a group, or sometimes we have to design something which is a group work task, and a lot of people are not able to work in a group because for example, they don't do anything, or they want to do everything instead of others, and I think it's very bad because in high school I have no experience of like working in a group because okay, PE lessons, but
Okay, so you only had it at your physical education.
Yes.
Taka praca w grupach to na Węgrzech tylko przy okazji lekcji WF-u. U nas w Polsce też, że ja przynajmniej nie miałem zbyt wiele okazji. Parę ich było, ale mam wrażenie, że nie dość. Okay, so these are some of the ideas that we have for studying and improving education. Do you feel like there's something that we could learn from Belgium? That is a question to Kristóf. And later on, I will ask about if there's something to learn from the US, which might be a question to Teodóra. So, Kristóf?
From Belgium, well, actually, I didn't like the education system that much in Belgium.
You thought it actually was worse than Hungarian education?
Yes, they were. I don't know, maybe it was because I studied in English, but third year students had a little. They were lagging behind, even though I was only in. So I was 1 year behind, and they were still started to learn the basics of economics, and that startled me. I couldn't do anything with it. I mean, why are you only learning microeconomics?
Okay, so
on the
they
third
actually
It's
were behind.
yeah.
And something good about their system of education? Some solutions from Belgium which were good?
I feel like the teachers were much closer to the students, and they
Less-
were much more open to the ideas of the students. For example,
They were very approachable.
yeah.
Byli tacy łatwi w kontakcie, tacy przystępni.
An English teacher saw me that I was quite bored in his classes, and he asked me, what should we do about it? And I mentioned him that I know this really good US TV series called The Office, and actually it had some business-related topics in it. So he was very open to it. He told me that please bring 2 episodes, and we will analyze it in the class.
Really?
And we did it.
So he was really open to like your offers. This moment when we are taking a brief break. Teodóra, it doesn't mean that I don't want to ask you about the US, but for now, my question has to do with music. What would you like to recommend from the country of Ega Segedre and Gulyás and Csapka and Csal?
I would like to.
All the words are, by the way, Hungarian. Yes?
I would like to recommend a song in Hungarian, and this is actually a poem written by a famous poet, Miklós Radnóti, which poet I really like, and it's called Bájoló, and I can look for it because probably you don't have the letters for it.
Yeah, that's all right.
Yes, and it's about love, of course.
Of course.
But this kind of poetic love, so I really like this.
Okay.
song.
So that is really appreciated. This is International Poznan on MC Radio. Please stay tuned. And this will be continued, of course. Laptop is yours, Teodóra.
Thank you.
So it is going from hands to hands. I ja zaraz będę już wiedział, jaka jest ta piosenka wybrana przez Teodórę. So we are just inquiring about the song that Teodóra would like to play. I have one question, one idea. Kristóf, now that she's writing, could you just say hi to your friends in Hungarian? Because some of them are watching.
Sziasztok, barátok. No, it's just really weird to talk
I know.
Hungarian here in the camera while it's live. It's
I know.
just
But there actually are people commenting. So there's a question, which is, are you a troublemaker, Teodóra?
A troublemaker?
Yes.
Oh, not really. Not really. I'm a very calm person. Of course, if someone is acting like really stupidly around me, I can be quick-tempered, but I'm not a troublemaker. It's better to stay out of trouble, according to my experience.
Of course. Hearing from Suankos, Bájoló, which is maybe not the best pronunciation. Z moją wymową może być różnie, ale powiem w języku polskim Maciek Kautz. This is my name, so I'm pretty good at pronouncing that. Welcome to the Polish International Radio Show on MC Radio. This is International Poznan, also available on Facebook. And there's Teodóra and there's Kristóf. And we've just been hearing from Suankos Bajolo, right? Suanchos. Suanchos. Suhanchos.
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 Oh, almost like coś. It's like
Yeah.
something.
And Suha means I'm listening.
Oh, yes.
Słucham coś.
Almost like słucham coś.
Yeah, of course.
Oh, yes.
By the way. Okay, so this is a song that has to do with love. Once again, Kristóf's choice was also to do with love, but like the unhappy love. Was this like the happy love?
Yes, this is happy love. This is like daydreaming about love and the person who you love, which I'm actually doing a lot because my boyfriend is in Budapest. So when I listen to this song, he comes to my mind.
Okay, that is great. So you are just saying that this song connects you to him. It connects you to him because you guys are like split, two cities.
Yes. But yeah, unfortunately. But he's going on Erasmus to Germany as well.
When?
In April. His semester starts in April.
So you guys will be just closer to each other.
Yes, and I'm really happy for that.
Okay, so Germany is the meeting place because Kristóf's girlfriend also lives in Germany.
Yeah, she's currently living in Germany.
Yeah.
But she's Swedish.
But she's Swedish.
Half Swedish.
My God, that is Hungarian people. There's American elements. There's Swedish.
And
There's Ukrainian.
She's half Swedish, half Ukrainian.
And that, according to me, however modest I am, or not so modest, but that is my idea, you know? I feel like the world is interconnected and intertwined. Jesteśmy na takim świecie połączonym, naczyń połączonych. And it actually really works well. So I'm happy to hear that there will be a reunion with your boyfriend, Teodóra.
Yes.
Okay, and his name is?
Michael.
Because he's half American, right?
Yes. So his full name is Michael Edward Bailey.
Okay,
Yeah.
really, really nice.
Yeah, actually, once his mother wanted to make a joke, and she told someone that they have like Baileys, you know Baileys.
Like the whiskey, the alcohol.
This is a kind of yes, this
Cream
is a kind
liquor.
Of cream. Yes,
Liquor,
it's a cream
right?
liquor.
Yeah.
Yes. So just for joking, she said that Baileys is their family business, but
That would be so good.
yeah, that would be good.
Yeah. There will be a lot of alcohol or a lot of money. I would like to ask you about Hungary, because this is the very last part of this episode of International Poznan. And my question, guys, has to do with your country. If there's one place that each of you can recommend, one place in your country, what is it? Teodóra.
I would definitely recommend visiting like the thermal bath in my hometown, Miskolc.
To są łaźnie. These are like the bath, so like the public place where you go.
Yeah, thermal bath, but it's in a cave.
Oh, to jaskinia.
Oh, yes.
It's underneath the earth, like underneath the normal level.
Yes. And it's very popular. I've heard a lot of Polish people speaking there, and Slovakians often come because
So it is popular among Poles and Slovakian people?
Yes, it's very popular. And when some exchange students come to our country and to my hometown, every teacher takes them to this thermal bath because it's so good.
I feel like a comparable thing you can do in Turkey. I also know about public bath in Turkey. Łaźnie publiczne. Why do you think it is so worth it? Why is it such a good idea?
Because you can try like having a bath in a cave, like.
So the whole idea of being below
Oh yes, and everyone has loved it so far. To who I recommended this place, so that's why I would recommend it to other people.
Is everybody naked there?
No, no,
No?
oh God,
No.
no.
So you know why I'm asking? I was in Korea, and that was Seoul, like this, the capital city. And in Seoul, there's a public bath for men and for women. There are different divisions, and in the men part, everybody's naked, and everybody's naked in the female part, and they're not connected. And what also is interesting that, for example, a father would shower and help to clean his son, or the opposite. So they do it together, and it's part of the culture. Incredible. And I have another question, or the same question, but to another recommending person, and that is Kristóf. Which place?
Which place? Is Budapest too vague, or can I say just Budapest? If you haven't
Yeah,
visited,
I
if you,
guess.
well, or inside Budapest, what would I recommend?
Maybe seeing the Parliament House, which is so big and so tremendous.
I'm almost 26 years old. I've never been there.
I've never been there either.
Okay.
It's a big thing among tourists, but I don't know. It's just it was always there, and
So tell me about something that is not so popular with tourists.
not so popular with tourists. I
Maybe
really
popular with
like the
Hungarians.
small galleries
Okay.
around Budapest. I think the art scene in Budapest is quite substantial.
Mhm.
I really like these small galleries that we have there. Either let it be intermedia or just paintings or modern art.
Okay.
It's just a big thing right now in Budapest, and I really loved when I was living there. I was living there for 3 years, and I love the fact that if I go out, and I knew, of course, I did my research, I knew what to look for, but almost every day there was a vernissage with wine and these really creative people who could
So you're
inspire
the
you.
artsy man, and you recommend galleries because you say Budapest is full of art.
Yeah.
Anything to add, Miss Teodóra?
I totally agree. I didn't want to say Budapest because I wanted to recommend something other, but I totally agree with Kristóf because I live very close to Bartók Béla Boulevard,
Oh yeah.
which is full of these small galleries. And when I'm walking home from the university, I'm, I'm just walking and looking around the galleries and looking at the paintings and
Super cool.
yeah.
You know what? It was my big pleasure to host you here on International Poznan. How do I say thank you?
Köszönöm.
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 Mhm.
Okay. Thank you very much. Dziękuję wam bardzo.
Dziękuję bardzo.
Dziękuję bardzo.
Thank you so very much, and thank you guys for your great questions and for being with me. Let's push the finish button.